Hi everyone, it's Pat here from the website soforyourbutt.com. Thanks as always for checking in and checking out my videos. I have been in Buenos Aires, the capital of Argentina, for the last week, and wow, what a place. It's absolutely amazing. One of the highlights of my trip. I've been to Machu Picchu, that was something special, but like I'm talking in regards of cities, it's an amazing place. It's everything I thought it would be and more. There's so much to see and do here. And today I've come to visit one of the places I really wanted to see. It's one of the #1 tourist attractions in the city, and it's free to get in. It's the Regoleta Cemetery. Now, what is this famous for? It's really famous for being a place where rich people buried their families, you know. Free to get in, but to get buried here it costs a lot of money, you know. So it's got a lot of ex-presidents and that kind of stuff in there, and famous business people and sports people. But there's probably one more famous person than all the rest is buried in here. So join me, let's take a look. Okay, so I've just entered this cemetery. Already this is like nothing I've ever seen before. Like you're not going to get like in here for a couple of grand, you know. I've never seen anything like this before. Now there's a lot of stories attached to this place. One is that one of the caretakers virtually worked here all his life and saved every penny he had to actually be buried here. Now I'm not sure, maybe that's the life wasted rather than the life lived, you know. But you know, he's probably he's resting here happy now, you know, he got his wish. Look at this, I've never seen anything like this before. So this is just an example of one of the smaller places. This was a Dr. Antonio Tarnacesi. Looks like he was born in Rome and he died in Buenos Aires in 1935. So, you know, that's the good doctor. The good doctor could only afford a smaller one, you know. But that's where he is these days. That's where he ended up. And this is another example. This is the family of General Jose M. Paz. So that's a good general. Now, given Argentina's history of military dictatorships, I'm sure there's an interesting history behind this one, you know. There are some serious places here, you know. The bad news for anyone that wants to come here now, it looks like it's full, unless you're one of the family, you know. I'm sure you can go in there with the rest of the family, but I don't think they're making any more, you know. Now, one of the more interesting stories that I've come across here is that there is a lady buried here. She actually died on her honeymoon, and her family built one of these places here, and they made a replica of her bedroom of the night she died. And they also have like a statue of her in her wedding dress, you know. Now, that sounds a bit gruesome to me. You know, I wouldn't fancy that anyway, you know. Not that I'm going to be in a wedding dress or a wedding suit. So I don't know, it's a bit weird to me, but if you have the money, you can do that kind of stuff, you know. Now, people come to visit these mausoleums to see one person in particular, and that's Eva Perón, probably more popularly known outside Argentina as Evita, and she's buried here. She married Juan Perón, who became president in the 1930s, and they were very much a double act. You know, she was extremely popular with poor people and working class people. Now, she was no saint, but a lot of people don't realize that she actually died at the age of 33. Now, she didn't make it in here very easily. Her husband was eventually overthrown by the military, and in the 50s, now she wasn't buried here at the time, but her remains were taken by the military and they were secretly sent to Italy, and she was buried secretly in Milan for a long time. Now, her husband, Juan, was in exile in Spain, and he eventually came back and he had one last term here. I think only lasted about a year, in his final time as president. So they made the journey, her remains made the journey from Italy to Madrid, and eventually she came back here Now, she was buried here in, I think it was October 1976. Now, the ironic thing about it was that in 76 a new military coup happened, and it was the military who were in power again. So it was actually the military that ended up burying her here, you know. So that's a bit ironic, you know. So let's take a quick look at her mausoleum.
So you would see like the one on the right hand side of the bottom says the Vita as in the musical.
Okay, so that was a quick look at Evita's place. Very small compared to other places. I'm not sure how she would like that or not. I don't think she would, I'll be honest. Now, the second most important person in here for me is Admiral Brown, and the reason why, he's the founder of the Argentinian Navy, but he was born in Ireland, in Foxford in County Mayo, so he's a fellow countryman of mine. So I actually heard about him before I actually came to Argentina. He would be quite well known back in Ireland. Okay, so what a couple of hours out in a day. That was brilliant. That is the best free entertainment. Well, sorry, I'm not sure if you could call it entertainment, but history, not entertainment. You will get in Buenos Aires, full of history. I've never seen any place like that in my life. It's so unique, well worth visiting, and I said it won't cost you a cent to do it, you know. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video. It's PatSophiaBurst.com. Thanks a million as always for checking my video. Until the next time, take it easy.